if y'all will notice, there's the tray is completely dry. If you noticed, if you didn't, you can go back and see. The tray is dry, okay? So I pre-soaked all of these, and I actually didn't have to go back and soak it all up. All the 6 pots soaked every bit of that moisture up, and I nailed it dead on, and I was really happy about that because I don't like having to go back and take water out. So these pots are fully saturated. These pots have gotten at field capacity, or maybe even a little bit more. Okay, which means field capacity is just the amount of water that a substrate can hold. Okay, and so these got fully saturated. My inputs are, it's been 73 degrees and 21% humidity, y'all. Yes, I know. Y'all think y'all have it crazy. We live in a desert, and so humidity and trying to increase humidity is the bane of my existence. And so it's at 73 and 25% humidity, 73 degrees Fahrenheit and 25%. These bags won't have to be watered again until probably next week. It usually is about 2 weeks that I can generally get in these plastic, not cloth bags. These are, again, this is my setup. This is what I have, and these conditions are unique as unique as your fingerprints, okay? To each individual person that's out there watching this and will watch and will continue to grow, is that your situation, your equipment, your needs, everything is unique to your situation, okay? And so it takes me about 2 weeks before I'll have to water again. It's a combination of things, okay? Because at the current moment, boy, I'm mad. If I wouldn't, I'll tell you what. I want to take one of these that's in these pots that I'm probably not going to use. We might do it next week. And I want to pull them out and show y'all that the root mass for these size of plants, I mean, it's about maybe that big so far. You'll have a taproot that'll come out, but the root mass is about that big at best right now. More probably like that, okay? And so if you were to think, if you think about it like this way, that the process of osmosis or absorption for soil, substrate, sponges, whatever, okay, is the rate and the way that something actually absorbs and holds water. So if you were to take a fully saturated substrate and put a little piece of sponge in there that was about that big, how long do you think it would take before the process of the sponge drawing up and then naturally releasing it through evaporation through the top, how long do you think that would last? It's about 2 weeks. For me. Okay, now, these things can be different. If let's say your humidity is really high. Let's say you got 65% humidity. Or let's say that can't get your temperatures down below 80 and you're actually pretty dry. Okay, let's say there's a lot of different factors that come into watering. Now, watering is very, very important, as y'all have heard me say in the past. Okay, and so this is a way that I've found to not have to. That this is kind of a progression of my watering tactics. And I know in the Multiverse, the Grow Guide that I wrote for Multiverse, there's some instructions about watering and things of that nature. I am thinking about going back and re-amending it. I've been doing it this way for a while, and I'm pretty confident that this is generally a better and easier way to go. Each method has its, with either having a dry substrate and just giving it the water that it needs, or having a field capacity substrate and giving it all of the space that it needs. And so I've found that we're getting 15% bigger plants. They're generally going to flower a little bit faster by 2 or 3 days. And just a bunch of different data points that suggest that having a completely full substrate, a bag, a cloth pot, whatever your case is, to have it complete whenever you plant, to make sure that the entire pot is saturated to a point of optimum hydration, if you will. And then letting that natural evaporation process over the course of a week and a half, 2 weeks, will actually, the feel test, you can get a real good idea of the feel test. Because right now I pick them up and the way I can tell they're heavy. As soon as I go to pick it up and feel that it's a little bit lighter, I know to water again. Okay. So that's yeah. So watering is extremely important. It is so vital and so extremely important and vastly, dictates the outcome of your cultivation experience. That we're going to be talking about watering a lot here in 2025 because again, it's something that you have to get a feel for. It's something and also having the proper substrate, having the proper soil. Fox Farms ain't the proper soil. I don't care who you are. If you've had great success with it, good for you. I've seen thousands of people have way more not success than people have good success. One of the main issues, especially with Happy Frog, is or Ocean Forest, is that they don't drain well. Okay, what happens when a soil doesn't drain well? What does that mean? It means that the water can't get out of there, and it creates what's known as an anaerobic environment. As y'all have heard me say for the last 2 years or more, cannabis loves almost above all else air to its roots. And so when you can't get that water to escape or drain out of there, it creates a stagnant, it takes all the oxygen out of that water, and it's no longer even useful, and it just creates a breeding ground for bacteria, fungi, all kinds of different stuff happen when in an anaerobic environment versus an aerobic one. So watering is super important, and understanding field capacity is something that I want everybody as a homework assignment to go out and do over the course of the next week. Is go do a little bit of research, hit your YouTube, your Google, whatever you can, and look up field capacity. You're going to get mostly stuff about mushrooms, but again, if you can find several videos out there that describe what field capacity is, that's going to give you a much better idea on how to use field capacity.